What's going on, guys? So in today's video we're going to be discussing box fights and how to get better at them. We're going to be discussing different play styles, how to be aggressive, how to be passive, or how to be passive aggressive, and we'll be discussing when to utilize these different play styles and what situations you should use them in and how to use them. And in a little bit we will do some VOD reviews and I'll show you guys hands-on an exact representation and explanation of what we're discussing today. Alright, so to start off we're going to be discussing aggression. So when you're playing aggressive, the way you want to play is you want to play smart. When aggression doesn't mean playing reckless or stupid. It means playing smart, but you're constantly pushing the other player and you're constantly putting them under pressure and holding that pressure, not letting them heal, not letting them shoot you back. You're basically just trying to scare them and pressure them. And for playing passive aggressive, basically what you'd see people doing when they're playing passive aggressive is they'll push and they won't push too hard, but they'll do some damage and they'll back down and heal up. And maybe you can do some baits when you're healing up, try to confuse the enemy, or when they're pushing you, you'll fake a heal or you'll open up a window, open up an edit and then shoot them back. It's like, passive aggressive. You're being aggressive, but you're also knowing when to come back and relax and heal. And you're just being smart about the situation. And a good example of playing passive would be like stand at the spawn, have some builds, right? Get some really good peeks, like maybe edit a cone and edit a wall, make a little triangle peek, try to shoot him, try to get some cheeky angles, try to, play a game with like your AR, try to shoot them, try to spray them. Maybe try to aggress them a little bit, but not too much. But being passive is mostly being passive. You're not really aggressing them that much. You're mostly just sitting behind, trying to spray them either with an AR or a shotgun, usually an AR most of the time. But there's certain situations to be passive, there's certain situations to be aggressive, there's certain situations to be passive aggressive. Some certain playstyles might go better against a certain opponent, but it's not always the same every time. And you need to know when to use these certain playstyles. And that's exactly what we're going to be discussing in a minute in some VOD reviews. And let's get right to it. Alright, so basically what I did wrong here was I was a bit too aggressive and I put myself in a really bad situation. If I rewind it, I should rewind it a little bit. Okay, so basically I box up, I edit out, I make more boxes. So everything I do at the start is okay and it's fine. But it's like right around here is when I make the mistake. I edit that, I try to shoot him, which is okay. I take his wall, that's okay, and then I shoot him there, that's okay. But right now, what I'm doing right now is very dangerous because everything here is his. The floor is his. I think the ramp is his. This wall is his, and this wall is his. So if he edits that wall while I'm shooting it, he can easily just shoot me, and I have nowhere to go. I can't escape. So this is a very, very bad situation. I would never. Don't ever put yourself in a situation like this. Although when he edits it, he misses, and I get a lucky shot for 39 damage. But even though I hit him, I would still not recommend to do that. 50-50 shots are very risky, and I don't think they're worth taking, so. And another thing I just did right there, see, basically what happened was I started spraying the wall and he edited it. And since I was in a bad spot, I couldn't place the wall to block it. I couldn't place a thing in front of him to block him. It was just a 50-50 shot and I missed. So then look at that, I lost 100 health. So I wouldn't recommend, just don't put yourself in a bad situation like this, like I did, so. Another thing I did right here. This is horrible. All these things are his. This wall is his. That floor is his. Actually, I think that wall is mine. That floor is his. This ramp is his. This wall is mine. But I'm at a weird angle where if he breaks my wall, I can't place another one down, especially when I'm healing. So watch what happens. He takes the wall, shoots me for way more. I'm 7 HP. So what would have been the right move was to take all this stuff right here, take that ramp, take that floor, take the wall, take the other wall, take that wall, and just slowly, gradually move up while making sure everything around me is mine. You don't ever want to put yourself in someone else's box because then they trap you, they control the fight. If you're in your own box, you control the fight. So that was my mistake. I needed to own everything and I didn't own everything. So don't make that same mistake. And right here, I made the right move. I went back because I realized how low I was and I healed up. I didn't get too cocky or too, I didn't get too cocky or confident, so I just healed up. So that's what you should do if you take a lot of damage. Never, keep taking a fight if you take a lot of damage, especially if you have heals. If you know you have time to heal up, I suggest always falling back if you can. If you can't, sometimes you can try to fake a heal and shoot someone. That's risky, but make sure you know what you're doing when you're doing it. Right there, what I just did right there, that's a really, really good move. So when you're at someone's wall, a really good move is to spray at the wall instead of hitting it with your pickaxe. Because if you hit it with your pickaxe, it takes a long time to switch to your weapon. You're very vulnerable. You could just easily get shot at. It could just make an edit play on you and you're stuck with your pickaxe out. So if you pull out your AR, you can look at the player while you're taking their wall. So if they edit, you shoot them back and you hit them. It's just better that way. And it's also faster to break the wall down. And it's unexpected. People don't really expect you to shoot their wall. They usually expect you to hit it with their pickaxe. So it can take them by surprise sometimes. See right there, what I did wrong was I pushed a little bit too fast. He owned everything, and I still kept moving forward. What I should have done was I should have went backwards and aimed at him while going backwards. That's another thing too. Whenever you're running away, you shouldn't just run away. The best thing you could do is to try to shoot them, because you need to make sure you have time to run away. If you don't have time to run away and they have a shot on you, you don't want to run away. You want to turn around and 50-50 it. Because if you run away, they still hit you anyway. So why not hit them when they hit you and then run away? Understand? So basically just be wary of like when to take 50-50 fights, and understand that when you're running away, it might be a better option just to try to shoot them instead of running away, because you probably don't have enough time to run away. Most of the time you don't have enough time, so it's usually better just to shoot them instead, which is what I tried to do here, but then I died. Here, I can rewind it. Right about here, this is exactly what I do. See, instead of running away because I know he owns everything, I just try to shoot him. I missed, sadly, but that's because my aim obviously failed, but that doesn't always happen. So most of the time you'd hit your shot, and that would have been the better option. So just don't miss the shot like I did. Just hit it, you know. Another thing I did there was I aggressed them very hard. That literally bamboozles people, and it basically pressures them really hard. That's aggression right there. That's how I would consider aggression to be. You take as many walls, as many things as you can, because it can bamboozle a person, it can confuse the enemy, and make them panic, which is what I just did right there. Let's do like a quick little replay. So I took the wall, I placed the ramp down. Then I saw he moved to the left, so I placed the wall there. I edited it. I tried to shoot, missed, and I edited everything back so he couldn't shoot me back. Let's say I want to play aggressive. Overwhelm the enemy, and when they least expect it, shoot them. So basically what I just did right there was, so I knew that that was his wall, and I tried taking it, but I knew he was going to try to shoot me and edit it. So basically what I did was I pulled out my shotgun, reading his movements, and right when he edited, I was ready to just shoot him just like that. Always try to like read your opponents, like pay attention to what your opponent is doing. I feel like most people just do edits and do things, and it's kind of like, it's not really like they're trying to outsmart their opponents, more like they're just trying to follow a puzzle, like they're trying to follow rules. Like, no, you don't want to follow rules. You want to outsmart your opponents. You want to figure out new ideas and new strategies right in the spot, which is exactly what I did right here. I didn't just kept taking the wall and then edited and shot him. No, I understood that he was editing and stopped and then shot him. I adapted to my surroundings, and that's why I won that fight. So that's definitely what I suggest a lot of people start doing if you haven't already. Especially, basically during that fight, I was playing very, very aggressive, but it was a little bit too much aggression, and then it caused me to die, obviously. So basically in that fight, what I did wrong was I was just way too aggressive. I pushed him way too hard, and I didn't play safe, I didn't play smart at all. Let's just do a quick recap and analyze the whole situation again. So basically what I should have done, right here, I should have stopped. I should just place the wall to my right, stopped right here and backed up. Or when he took that wall and started editing, I should have built a cone and edited the cone so you couldn't shoot me and then back away. That would have been the right move. So basically during this fight, I'm just playing really aggressive. I'm basically keep pushing him. I don't let him heal. I keep taking his walls. I keep trying to shoot him. He gets a lucky shot off me, and I have to go and fall back and heal up, but we'll see how the rest of the fight goes. I see him healing, so I try to shoot his wall. I can't get any shots in. I managed to shoot him when he's trying to run out, and then I quickly reset the wall back. I see that he's swinging his pickaxe, and I know that if he swings his pickaxe and I open up an edit, he can't shoot me, but I can shoot him, so I opened it up and I shot him, and I just reset the wall so he can't shoot me back, which is exactly what I just did. Then he shoots the wall and takes it, so I take the wall back. And then I know that he's editing, so I just sit there and look at him, wait for him to open it up. When he opens it up, I shoot him, and then bam, he's dead. So right there, I simply just use the technique where you build a ramp behind you and you go up to their wall and then you hit it once and then you hit it again. And while you are jumping, you hit the wall and then you basically phase right through the wall. A lot of people already know about this trick, but if you haven't already heard about that trick, I suggest using it. Don't always use it though, only use it when the enemy is low. My enemy, he wasn't low, but he did get hit a few times. That was a risky move on my end, but obviously it worked out clearly. But most of the time, I would suggest not to use that unless the player is at 40 HP, maybe like, if they're like 100 HP or less, I would suggest doing that. And if they don't have any heals, like you have to do it quick. You have to make sure they don't have health. You need to have the health advantage for that to really work out. That's a really good trick if the person's low and you're just trying to get in their box. Just use the little phasing trick and you can get in their box and clean them up real fast. So right there, I basically noticed that he was trying to edit out of the box and shoot me, so I backed up, shot him, then reset my edit. Let's do a quick little recap on that. I see him running, I shoot him, I reset. Then, when he's not paying attention and he's reloading right after that shot, I take the wall, I place my own and then edit it. But then, sadly, he realizes what I'm doing and then escapes out the bottom. Then right here is a good time to pressure him because he's low. I have quite a bit of health. I've already used all my heals, so there's nothing else I can do but to just be super aggressive. So this is a great time to be really aggressive right here. So right now what I'm doing is very risky because everything around me is his. It's a really risky play. I wouldn't suggest to at all to ever be in someone's box. It's always good to make sure you own everything because if things go south, you'll have an exit route. But here I get kind of cocky and made a risky play. And let's watch the rest of this play out. So he ends up getting a shot on me, but instead of me panicking and building or healing, I realized that I had an easy shot on him and shot him back. So right there, I just noticed that he was editing out, and I just lined up a quick shot and shot him real quick, because I knew he was just going to run out the side, and it would just be an easy shot. So always just pay attention to what your enemies are doing. That's the most important thing to do. And then, you know, I read him and realized that he was phasing, but by the time I realized he was phasing, he already shot me more than I shot him. So the right idea to do this moment would for me to basically fall back, heal up, and then re-engage in the fight after I'm already healed. So I pop my fish. I realize that he's healing, so after I take my fish, I go for some shots on him to pressure him and slow him down. Then right after I start healing up. That's a little trick you can do here and there, but I don't suggest doing it that often because it's kind of risky. But sometimes it's a good idea to heal up halfway and then go and fight them while they're healing, because then they think they have time to heal, but then they actually don't because you aggress them. So you just gotta kind of know when to do that and when to not do that. And that trick actually worked on him. I was able to get a shot for 30 on him, and then I reset my wall so he couldn't shoot me back. So when people start healing, a lot of the times they get cocky and they get too comfortable. They think, okay, I'm sitting here in this box, I'm safe, I can just heal up real fast and then, you know, get back into the fight. So what happens is they end up getting shot at and they think, okay, there's like 0.1 second left on the shield. I should just wait until it ticks. But then if they wait, the other person ends up shooting out their wall and getting a shot through. So if someone is aggressing you, do not heal. You need to stop healing and make sure that they do not take your wall and make sure they don't get a bullet through, because that can mean the difference between life and death. Don't get too cocky. Don't think that you can take shields off. If someone is aggressing your wall and trying to take your wall and get into your box, do not heal. Stop healing, leave the box, make a new box, and try to heal up then. But do never heal if you do not have enough time to heal. Make sure you always have plenty of time to heal and you're completely safe. Otherwise, you'll get a shot through and then you'll die. That's another good trick too to use. Whenever you're spraying someone and they're like really thinking and they're trying to shoot you, like basically if you're fighting a smart player and you're trying to take their walls or their floors, instead of just spraying and shooting, because what they're going to do is they're just going to open up their wall or their floor and just shoot you back. So the best thing to do is to just tap fire. Tap the floor, tap it with your AR, because in that way you have time to switch back to your other weapon, or you have time to reset your wall or your other floor or your pyramid to block the shot, which is exactly what I was doing there. I was just tap firing the floor, so that way he wouldn't have enough time to shoot me back if he wanted to. That's all for today, but just as a quick little recap, remember, best times to use those different playstyles would be starting off the fight, play passive. After you learn about your opponent and you know how they play more passive aggressive. Once you do more damage and once they're low on health, play more aggressive, start taking their walls. Remember to use those tricks that I told you about when you're aggressing them, otherwise you might get yourself killed. If they hit you more than you hit them, back away, play passive. Try to get little cheeky shots, angles. Try to play mind games with them and heal up. Make sure you always heal up. If you get really low, always disengage from the fight and heal up first. Healing up is the most important thing. If you don't heal up and you go and fight someone really low, they're probably going to kill you first. Always make sure you heal up first. It's the most important thing I can tell you. Well, yeah, so first, always play passive first, then passive aggressive, and then aggressive last. And like I said, if you are low, always back off and play passive. Well, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. If you'd like to see more videos like this, comment down below, tell me what you'd like to see, and I'll be sure to make another video. But I'll see all you guys later. Peace.